All right, I think anyone who's seen very many videos on this channel know that health is my number one thing and strength is number two. So if I'm gonna make a decision and there's like a choice between strength or health, I always go towards health, even if it sacrifices some strength. So sometimes that'll cost you a little, but that doesn't mean I don't respect and admire super strength. I just haven't made the decision to go that way myself. But I love watching people like Zydrunas Savickas and Brian Shaw do like World's Strongest Man competitions and the Arnold Strongman. It's awesome. And I also like to see things like George Lehman set the American raw deadlift record, and like I watch a lot of other videos of really strong people. Now, any of you who care about strength or like to watch really strong people in action have probably seen the video of Eric Lilliebridge at age 23 going all the way up to 900 pounds on the deadlift and thinking, man, that guy's a monster. Well, anyway, at 306 pounds on July 16th, he set the world record in the 140 kilogram weight class for the biggest total ever and the biggest squat ever. He published it on his channel last week, and it's just amazing. On his third attempt on the squat, he does 1,052 pounds and he nails it strong. Then he does 551 on the bench for his third attempt, nails that. That might seem a little bit weak in comparison to his squat and deadlift, but there's a lot of deadlifters like powerlifters like that. Either they have a really good bench and not so good of a squat and a deadlift, or else they have really good squat and deadlifts but not so good of a bench. Ed Cohen was similar. He had a monster deadlift and a monster squat, but his bench press was well over 500 but nowhere near 600. So Eric Lilliebridge reminds me of him, kinda. You don't see people that are good at all of them very often. Bill Kazmaier was back in the 80s with his massive 661 pound bench press to go with his 900 pound plus squat and his nearly 900 pound deadlift, but that's uncommon. Most people aren't good at all three. And then his second attempt on the deadlift was 854 pounds. On his third attempt, he did 903, and he had it all the way. He had like maybe an inch or two left. He was at the top part where all the leverage is good and it's easy and you have it, but since it's so heavy, it ripped his hand open. And it's not that it broke his grip, it ripped a bunch of skin off his finger, and when you're holding 903 pounds and your hand's torn open, you just let go, and that's what he did. So it was just a case of 903 pounds being too much for his hand, or else the total would have been even another 49 pounds higher than it already was. And even in spite of losing that 49 pounds on that deadlift he almost landed, he still set the world record for the highest total. So the kid's just amazing. It's really something to see people that can do stuff like that. Like, I struggle so hard to 1,052 on the squat. I've never landed a 500 pound squat, so if I was twice as strong, he'd still be beating me. It's just craziness.